What's up, guys? So, we have been married for a week and 2 days now, and we're hanging in there. We hadn't, had any big problems yet.
Yeah,
but it's only been a week and 2 days.
The divorce is scheduled for next week, so
yeah,
I think
so we still got another week left. Yeah. But as you can see in the title, a little story from our wedding about how my wife got me to cry 3 different times on our wedding day, which was, for those of you who've gotten married, it's a stressful day. It's a day filled with photos and people asking you a billion questions.
And family members acting
all
a fool.
Over the place. And friends.
None of ours did, but that's usually how it goes.
It's just stuff happening all day from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. So, 3 times that I was made to cry, and they all happened like very close together. The first was about 30 minutes maybe, not even that, probably 20 minutes before the ceremony. We did this deal. A lot of couples do this where you write each other a letter to read, because we didn't see each other all day. We did the deal where you don't see each other till the ceremony. So she wrote me a letter, and I wrote her a letter as well. And I had a feeling it was going to be sentimental and it was going to make me teary-eyed. But it was just such a great letter that I just boo-hooed. Got everybody to leave the room while I sat there.
You want to tell them the romantic thing that I did?
She wrote me a letter literally the week after we started going on dates, nearly 3 years ago, and gave me that letter on our wedding day. She went ahead and wrote the letter nearly 3 years ago.
And I put it in the back of a picture frame of a picture that I gifted him in that same year when we first started dating. And he had it in his room in his apartment. All this time, didn't know it. And so, 2 days before the wedding, I came in here and I took the letter out of the picture frame and I put it inside the newer note that I wrote him.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to make him cry. So
I was already teary-eyed when I got to that. I just lost it. So now the rest of the groomsmen and everybody's having to come in there just to, because I got to get it together for the ceremony, because this was 15 minutes now till the ceremony and I'm just a wreck. Thankfully, all the photos had been taken up until that point, the pre-ceremony photos, so that was fine. But then it's time for the ceremony, and I had gotten it together really good, and we went out there, and there's 2 songs that I always wanted to have in my wedding ceremony. One of them was I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, and the other was You're the Inspiration by the band Chicago, and I got 3 of my good friends to sing I Don't Want to Miss a Thing in the ceremony. We had already planned that, so I was like, well, good. I got one of my songs in the ceremony. That's good enough. And the plan was after that song, there's going to be another song played that everybody was going to walk down to, including her, and that was going to be that. But she pulled one over on me again because
I love surprises.
Yeah.
I'm a huge surprise fan, so I love to give people surprises, and I love when people surprise me. So
yep. So after they got done doing I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, we're ready to carry on and go forward, and then all of a sudden, You're the Inspiration starts being played by the pianist, and I did not expect that. That was the other song that I always wanted to be played at my wedding. And if we had planned it ahead of time, I wouldn't have cried at that part, but the fact that it was a surprise and it was so shocking, and I was still very fragile from the letter, I just started boo-hooing again, and my buddy David, who was the first member of the wedding party to walk in when that song started, he thought I was crying because of him. He thought that I was just crying because of David. And I had to tell him afterwards, hey man, I love you to death, but it was actually the song that was making me cry. But, so that was the second time. And then I kind of got it together, and just as soon as I got it together, the back door opens and she walks down in her dress. And for the third time, I lost it again. And so I spent...
You were sobbing.
Yeah, it was bad. It was and the whole room, thankfully, was staring at her when she came down the aisle. But before that, during the other time when I was sobbing, they were just watching me sob.
I thought he would cry, but I didn't think he would be sobbing. I thought he would just, tear here and there. But, he really... I always, every female, every person who walks down the aisle, they want the person on the other end of the aisle to be crying because they're so happy and so in love. Like, that's just kind of a dream that a lot of women have, I guess. And he was really into it. And I didn't even cry, which I was very surprised about, because I cry about everything. So I was just grinning from ear to ear because I was like, everything went so smoothly. And this is the moment I've been waiting for. I got to see him finally after a very long day. And it was just...
Yep, a lot of tears shed. Beautiful. And hopefully in the days to come, we'll have pictures and videos to show you here on YouTube. But until then, you just got to take our word for it. Okay? It was a great day, and it was an emotional day. And you know how, like, when you spend a lot of your day crying, how exhausting that is. Even if it's happy tears, it's exhausting. So, right there, I was doing a lot of that. There was a lot of yawning.
We got to the hotel after the honeymoon, after the wedding, the start of the honeymoon, and we just, like, sat there and we were like,
this has been the longest day ever.
I have no energy left. Let's go to sleep. So we had Taco Bell, and that was wonderful.
Yep. But thank you guys who have offered your support. I've said it before. But thank you guys who have offered all of your congratulations and your
well wishes
and
prayers.
All that. Yeah, and keep them coming. Keep them coming. We got bills to pay around here. So. But we appreciate it very much. And you guys are amazing. Take it in. Soak it up.
Bye. Everybody.